Hello, my friends. Hey, guys, I'm excited about talking to you today. We're spending the whole month, each of these thought shifting Thursdays, on gratitude, radical gratitude, actually. So, just to review the last couple weeks. So, as we said, that, this very simple axiom is that gratitude attracts everything that we want in life, and dissatisfaction repels everything that we want in life. All good things come to us when we're simply in gratitude more than we are in dissatisfaction. I was listening to, Karina was listening to a podcast as she does every morning, and this was Oprah interviewing Michael Beckwith, and he was just talking about the vibration, that we're vibrational beings, right? And you cannot manifest it. You cannot pull into your reality something that's different than how you're vibrating. So if you're vibrating at an energy of lack, and dissatisfaction and lack are synonymous, then you can't be drawing in lots of good things to your life. Now you can manipulate it, as Michael was saying, you can create some resources and so on, but you won't be able to hold on to it. I would add that you might even create wealth, but you won't enjoy it if you're not vibrating at the frequency of abundance. And gratitude is a vibrational match for abundance. So what percentage of the day, an average day, are you in dissatisfaction compared to gratitude? And dissatisfaction can be very subtle, right? But the good news is you can really assess that by how you're feeling, by using your emotions as a biofeedback device for where your consciousness is. So what percentage of the day do you feel good, to make it really simple, compared to feeling dissatisfied, feeling bad, not unhappy, not joyous, right? So what I want to share today, though, is a very simple practice that increases financial wealth. And I'll just go into it, and I'll give you some nuances about it afterwards. So here's the story of how this practice evolved for my wife and I. Now it goes back to understanding that money is an illusion. It's simply a symbol of appreciation. In other words, we wouldn't offer money for something unless we're appreciating what we were getting for it, right? Now, we may lose sight of that if, maybe I have a hospital bill, right? This happened to me a couple of years ago. I had a hospital bill with a few $1,000s, even with insurance, out of pocket, a few $1,000s. And so I could have said, well, gosh, I could have been in dissatisfaction that I have to pay that amount of money for something that I didn't ask for, right? I didn't ask for the intestinal blockage that caused me to go to the hospital. But I'll tell you this, I was really grateful to be over some of the most intense, probably the most intense pain I've ever felt in my life. So I can be focused when I'm paying on that bill, on my dissatisfaction of having to pay it, or I can be focused on gratitude for that pain being gone, and for all the people who were in service to me to help alleviate that pain. So here's the story, though. So a couple years ago, we had a rental property that we've since sold. But at the time, we had a water heater that went out, and so and it was about $1,500. And so I caught myself in a slightly limited thought. It wasn't like I was resisting that or thinking it's a bad thing, but I thought to myself, oh, okay, $1,500, that means I'm going to have to bring in more money or more financial appreciation in order to cover that expense. So where I caught myself, frog in the throat. So what I caught myself thinking, though, is, oh, this means I got to bring in more money. And then I realized, oh, that's not accurate, because if money is simply appreciation, then as long as I'm appreciating the money going out for this water heater that I can appreciate because we love our tenants and we want them to have hot water, then more financial appreciation must come in to at least cover or more than cover that expense. Now, up until that point, our income would pretty much cover our expenses every month. That's not the case now as a result of this practice that I'm sharing with you, because now more money comes in every month than our expenses. But at that point, I would have thought, okay, if more financial appreciation doesn't come in to cover this, we'll have to dip into our investments, other investments. And so what happened was more money came in that month. Big surprise, right? But you know when you get an idea or a concept and you're pretty sure of it, and the universe or our soul gives us an opportunity to test that. And so, hi Naomi. And Naomi's here every single week practicing these practices. Love you, Naomi. So the universe decided to, and let me back up a little bit. And so I enlisted my wife and said, you know what? If this is true, we're going to celebrate that money going out. Not only just appreciate it, we're going to celebrate it. So that's where the radical gratitude comes in, right? Because it's radical, might seem radical to most people, that I'm going to celebrate money going out for unexpected expenses that I was not planning to cover. So we celebrated. Universe decided to test us. Over the next 3 months, we had $8,000, over $8,000 worth of unexpected expenses. One thing after another. Pipe blew in a shower. We just had to redo the shower. That was, I don't remember, a couple grand. And so one thing after another. And each time we practiced together, we're celebrating this money going out. And I do remember one time near the end of it, I said to myself, again? Caught myself, went back to celebration. And so the amazing thing is, at the end of those three months, we actually had more unexpected income come in that more than covered the unexpected expenses as a result of celebrating that money going out each and every time. So where did it come from? I don't have an accounting of everything, but I do remember that someone came and did a pilot for a show, some TV show, and they videoed our sweat lodge and paid us $1,500 to do that, completely out of the blue. I got 15 new clients in the course of 1 month. And there was a logical reason for that. My client base had dwindled a bit, which it does every now and then, not so much these days. And I was out doing a lot of public speaking, and so I was offering complimentary coaching sessions. But nevertheless, that is the most new clients I've gotten in that short a period of time ever. So I absolutely attribute that to practicing celebrating money going out. So that's the simple practice. What will it be like in your life? Maybe even close your eyes and imagine this. What will it be like in your life when every single time you have an expense, you celebrate this money going out, knowing that money is a symbol of appreciation, and expecting, practicing, affirming, knowing, if you want to take it that far, that more unexpected income will come in to cover that. Now, is this going to happen? It doesn't. When we shift our consciousness, it doesn't always happen instantly. And that's another way that the universe tests us, right? Because if I say, okay, I'm trusting that more money is going to come in, and it doesn't right away, and I say, oh, it doesn't work, then guess what? I've just canceled out my own higher consciousness or higher vibration. So, the way I like to look at it is if if I have a consciousness for greater prosperity, and more prosperity comes in, then I can celebrate that and say, oh, look, it's a demonstration that proves that my consciousness creates my reality. If it doesn't show up right away, then I can assume that this is the universe testing me to see if I've really got it. And so then I just go back into a deeper level of trust and a deeper level of belief. And knowing that if it hasn't shown up in the world of form yet, it doesn't mean that it isn't there, right? Energetically. It doesn't mean I don't have the vibrational match unless I do cancel it out by saying it's not working. So, play with it. Have fun with it. What else did I want to share with you about radical gratitude today? Just that the most important thing is it's not about more money. You know, as my favorite book, Busting Loose from the Money Game, I'm going to give you this quote once again. When you get to the place in consciousness where you realize it's no better to have $1 million than it is to owe $1 million, then you'll have the consciousness that can create whatever you want with a snap of your fingers. So this is how that works. If we're saying that one thing in the world of form is better than another thing in the world of form, what I'm saying is that the world of form has power over my inner experience, which means I do not have power over the world of form. If I'm saying that it doesn't matter what's happening in the world of form, if I'm simply in a vibration, in the feeling of gratitude, then the world of form will take care of itself. So rather than the world of form informing my inner experience now begins to inform the world of form. So the only thing that's important, and you know, I understand that putting in this, if when I was in times in my life where I was struggling, putting this stuff into practice wasn't always intuitive or easy to be consistent with it, right? Because we tend to, as human beings, believe what we see, right? My first teacher, wisest man I ever knew, said this one time. He said, if you can see it, don't believe it. It's the opposite of what our inclination is as human beings, because we rely on our perceptions to inform our experience, right? But it's the other way around. Our inner experience is what informs the world of form. So, if I can simply feel abundant right now, I am abundant. Trust that. If I can simply feel filled with love right now, then I will have love radiating back to me. Trust that. If I can simply feel whole and healthy, then radiant health must come to me. And if it doesn't right away, it doesn't even matter, because if I feel it, that's the only thing that really matters, right? The reason I want to have perfect health is so that I can feel good about health. So that's my message for today. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we're going to continue to talk about gratitude all month and play with this, have fun with it, just practice. We'll say it one more time. Can you feel joy right now? Take a deep breath and just feel joy. Think about a joyful experience. Can you feel abundance right now? Think about a time when you had more than enough. By the way, we've always had more than enough. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video right now, right? You wouldn't exist if you didn't always have more than enough. It's only our judgment about how much we have that can determine whether we feel lack or we feel abundant. So, can you feel joy right now? Can you feel abundance right now? Can you feel healthy and whole right in this moment? Then you are these things. Just trust and move it forward to the next moment. Can you feel it now? All right, keep it going. And we'll talk to you next week. Love you. And have a fantastic rest of your week. and a fantastic weekend.